Shalom, shalom. Kal halalim labana wa Yahweh Allahayno ba Hashem Yahavshai ba Hashem Rakakudash Brakti Yahweh Brakti Havshai Brakti Yahweh Brakti Havshai Brakti Yahweh Brakti Havshai ba Hashem Rakakudash. All right, you can see what's on the screen, right? All right, on the plot of land and the individual I'm referring to. Okay, that's the guy I'm referring to. This was the same individual who said F the Most High. This is the same individual that got various ailments after that, and I believe his leg or one of his limbs was going to be removed, but I think the Lord saved him, you know, and the Lord has got something planned for this specific individual. Definitely something high caliber when that time comes. And allegedly, this person has had certain people in his life or that have come across him. They've, allegedly, what's the correct word? They've been deleted, because we know what the kind of rituals that go on the left-hand side to be a part of this world, because there's a balance. Everything has a balance. See, if you're going to sell your soul to Satan, okay, if you are going to do things where you can't look at yourself as a man in the mirror, where you've got to get on your knees and perform fellatio, which a woman is supposed to do to her man, and you are basically as a male being treated like a female. You're being flipped over, being bent over, and they're filming you, videoing you, so they've got something on you so you can't really open your mouth. Right? Obviously, once you do those rituals, they give you rewards, so you can drown your sorrows in all the so-called riches, the consolation prize that Satan and his counterpart on this planet Earth, the so-called white man, has given you. The luxury homes, the clothing deals, the endless money that keeps coming through. Okay, buying land buying 88 acres of land, which is a huge, for an individual to have his whole, he's got his whole family there. Um, he's trying to create, in the South, he wants to call it Las Vegas. He wants to call it Las Vegas, Georgia. Yeah, that's what he wants to call it. He wants to make it like a real showboating area, with his own, basically a little town, a boozy town, right? He's got all these ideas. He's building these mansions and, showgirls and all that kind of stuff, trying to bring that sort of element of the 80s and 90s back, of that pizzazz when the world is dying around him. So he's basically living his, his orgasmic dream, in what he's got on the left-hand side. And what blows my mind is these individuals actually think that America's going to last forever, He talks about money and passing things over to his children and things like that. America doesn't have long left, and, the ailments that you had, right, that have been healed, okay, the Lord is just preserving you for something real poetic in terms of deletion, whether that be the food famine, because you guys like to smoke a lot of blunts, don't you? So when you get them hunger pangs, you're not going to have your favorite Jamaican restaurant down the road like Boozy likes to order from when that Edomite VLAD interviews him. You're not going to be able to go to your favorite soul food restaurant because in the South there's a whole bunch of Jake there. You're not going to be able to order pizza. You're not going to have your chefs in house with a whole stock of food to make those foods for you. Then you've got the missiles, and then you've got racist Edomites that are going to enter your domain. Maybe you've got it cordoned off with fences and you might have security at the door, but that's going to be overridden. Basically, Boozy, your homes are being made for the elect. Because when the elect are moving around different parts of America before the missiles hit, Those places are being preserved for the elect. And you reach Edomites also that have these homes and luxury homes, uh, with these sort of certain bunkers as well. You know, like the movie The Road, where the Edomite father and his son found his place with food. That's being preserved for the elect. Okay, same here in the UK as well. You know, you got these country homes of these Edomites. You know, you might be when you got to make a run for it or whatever, or the Lord might make you disappear with spiritual power. You might end up in a home where you go inside the home, and the Lord might say, "Okay, stay here with your family for 3 4 days." There'll be food and beverages there, and then you might even find bodies outside of deleted Edomites. You know, Edomites are so-called white man, Caucasians, or other heathens. I mean, Edomites. Or you might find a house with deleted Elamites, so-called East Indians. You know, heathens or other nations. Okay, and if you can see this guy, right? All right, he's probably in his early to mid 40s. Okay, and if you look at his eyes, the eyes are the windows to the soul. If you know, a lot of these people that have sold out wear sunglasses a lot. Why? Because, as Al Pacino would say, um, about, even women, he say the eyes never lie, Chico, right? And that goes for women, because you can tell when a woman is into you. But also, when if you look at an individual that sold their soul, the eyes never lie also, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. And if you look at his eyes, you would think that someone who has money, who's blundered up all the time. Now, weed isn't wicked, okay? But the weed has been got other things and other chemicals in there, what the so-called white man's been doing. That's why a lot of these youngsters are bugging out. But weed in itself is not wicked, but you're supposed to either eat it like an edible, right? Make it yourself, or make teas out of it. You're not supposed to smoke nothing. But you would think, right, this guy, you know, with the so-called comforts that he has a nice home. He's on a plot of land. He doesn't have to live next to Esau. He's got his children and family around him. He's got his partners, his homies, his road dogs, around him. He's got money. Food, beverages, liquor, women. You know, smokes a whole bunch of weed as well. And this guy can't sleep. You know why? Something's bothering him. Hence the reason the dark circles. I mean, he's already dark skinned as it is, right? And and I'm not dissing the dark skin, by the way. Okay, all right. I'm saying he's already dark skinned as it is, right? Okay, but then look at his dark circles around his eyes, man. Because people with money usually go to some kind of one of them clinics where they'll laser the dark skin off. Like Charlemagne did. Get rid of them birthmarks on his face or whatever he had. You know, uh, this guy looks like a badger, man. And yeah, so you could goes to show that something's bothering him where he can't sleep. He's got no comfort, you know. And it's like the likes of Jim Jones as well. Dipset Jim Jones. That guy's always sleepy and like sleepy and high all the time. You know, looking like he just woke out of bed. His braids all over the place and his straight hairs. If you've seen old footage of him, looking rough. The man couldn't even run a comb through his beard, man. Looked like he didn't even hit the showers. He's looking rough all the time, eye dark circles, you know. Because some of these celebrities can handle all that demonic shit, and some of them can't. But they drown themselves in in um, in alcohol and drugs, you know, and the pursuits of this world, thinking that whatever they're doing it for their family. So they have that saying amongst uh, the 2/3 or the Jakes that have sold out on the left hand side, take one for the team, which basically means like if there's a group of rappers, 4 or 5 of them, and one of them's got to do a homo ritual, they say, listen, man, you got to take one for the team. And they know what goes on, but they don't talk about it because every single individual at these, I don't know, these award shows where Jake is at, or even these crackers, these other heathen nations too, they all have footage of each individual, male or female, doing homo rituals, doing some kind of sacrifice or blood rituals or whatever. They're all in the same boat. Hence the reason why they don't look at one another and say, oh yeah. They don't look at each other and say, oh, look what so and so did. I don't want to sit next to that person. Oh, he or she did this. because they're all in the same boat. That's their world. That's their realm. Okay. And what do they get after doing all that? Is the comforts in this side, on this side, which means they don't have to do a 9 to 5. You know, they don't have to do none of these things. I mean, you got the likes of Tyrese, for example. You know, he gets, he gets called up to do homo rituals by rich billionaire Ishmaelites. Because Ishmael were meant to be Muslims, right? And I believe some of them are Edomites also, pretending to be Ishmaelites, right? Amalek, I would say, the fake JOOSS, right? They get called up to do homo rituals, man, in Dubai. They dog out our women, of course, but then they also, Jake lets himself get dogged out like a woman, man. You know? And a lot of them can't live with themselves. A lot of them can't look in the mirror. You got the likes of Nicole Kidman, and I'm all over the place, but I'm just giving you examples. Nicole Kidman, Tom Cruise's ex-wife, who doesn't have mirrors in the house because she sees demons. Like how the hopeful elect, we see angels, we see flashes of light, and we see orbs and things like that, and chariots, right? These sellouts see demons, man. That's why you see a lot of these weirdos, especially Generation Z, with their green hair and their eyeballs tattooed all black, and a septum ring, and those horns. They have an operation where they have those metal spikes put in their skull. You know, they're just basically resembling the demon that's on them. Okay, all right, and you guys have sold yourself for naught. But then again, you know, it's a balance. You got the elect, right? That are 1/3. They have the election for salvation, and then you also got the elect, right? That are part of the 2/3. So I don't know, unless miracle happens and he comes out and tells the truth, maybe the Lord have mercy on him, but I highly doubt that, right? So individuals like this and his caliber, okay, that are Israelites by blood, right, but make mockery of it by when he was saying he eats pork, he eats all that kind of thing, and he doesn't give a f. He stuck his middle finger to the Most High. He did it, okay, right? These individuals are part of the 2/3, so they're the elect of the 2/3 that are gonna be deleted in America, be it by missiles, race riots, Jacob's trouble. They're going to take the charagma when their money goes, all the money that they hold to their head like a phone or whatever, or the fat notes they pull out their wallets. What they're going to do then? They want to pull out fat rice. They're going to have a fat rice grain in their hand. They're going to hold that up to their head. You know, Revelation 13:16. Because you saw that. I don't want to be too long on the VLAD channel because you get flagged for that. So I don't know what's going to happen about that. Albaratazar, even that little image, because I just wanted to show his house, because he does a lot of interviews with that Amalekite, um, DJ. I'll call him Amalek DJ. There's a lot of interviews with him, you know. Now, another thing as well, I want to emphasize on, right? To emphasize is that having money, all right. For example, if you're a contractor, if you're a carpenter, the Lord has blessed you with a nice decent 9 to 5. Right? I don't know. You could be in IT or a salesperson or insurance or whatever your job is, right? Okay, while you still have it, even though the grinding is ceasing, right? And if you earn good money and you have nice things out of it, there's nothing wrong with that because you're earning your money lawfully. Having money is not a bad thing. It's not an evil thing. Okay, so don't get it twisted. Like if you got money, oh, I'm being wicked. If you got a nice car, I'm being wicked. If you're wearing some jewelry, I'm being wicked. Or if I'm wearing a nice pair of sneakers or nice clothes, I'm being wicked. You're not supposed to be bummy. You're supposed to work. You're supposed to take care of your responsibilities. Um, you're supposed to give charity. To those that deserve it, depending on your means. If you're in between jobs or whatever, okay, you could wait till you start working and you're on your feet. Then maybe you can give a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with buying nice things for yourself, for your family. You know what I mean? And taking care of responsibilities. Nothing wrong with that. But what we're talking about, because money is a defense and money is necessary. Okay? All right. But when you earn your money, right? Through selling your soul and doing anything and everything that will go out, which is outside of the realms of Yahweh Shem Yashai in terms of righteousness. That's when you're going off. And that's why, you got the likes of, all these rappers and celebrities. We don't care about the heathen because the heathen are wicked anyway. We're talking about the Israelites right now. Okay. And Boozy is a perfect example who's gone outside the realms of Yahweh Shem Yashai. Okay. In terms of righteousness and earning his money righteously because he didn't want to, put the grind in if he wanted to have certain things in life. You know, he wanted to take the easy route. All right. Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Okay. This wisdom, wisdom is a defense, man. Having the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahshua is a defense. Okay. Because number one, we know what's coming and we're looking forward to the end. We're excited about it. Right. And money is a defense. You can pay your bills. You can take care of your parents if they're elderly or whatever. You can take care of your children. You can buy them things that they need or want, you know, for their schooling or whatever, you can help out close family members, that are, that you're really close with and you trust. It's a defense, because you don't want to see them go homeless or anything like that. So, even yourself, you don't want to see yourself go homeless. So that's where money comes in. Okay. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. It gives you life, man. You think the likes of Boozy's got life. Look at him, man. He looks dead. He looks like one of them corpses that have been brought back to life in one of them horror movies, man. You know? He's just been animated. Like he was like dead or something. And they dressed him up, put him in a coffin, and some demon just came and jumped into him and put him back to life again within dark circles. You think that he's got life? He's just an animated demon. That's all it is. All right? But wisdom maketh a man's face to shine, man. Because if you look at our apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, they may be elderly, but they shine like gold, man. Look at our bishops, they shine like gold, you know? And our prophets, they shine like gold, man. Men of Great Millstone and affiliate camps. And if you look at it, if you can see spiritually, you know, and they're all in good spirits. Why? Because we know what's coming. You know what I mean? 144. Oh. I was talking about the love of money, right? And First Timothy 6 and 10. Excuse me. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay? Now, where, someone like a family member or a brother or a cousin, and they could be like a contractor or, could have made some investments and made some decent money, and they keep a significant amount of cash in their house, and you know where the safe is, and what you do is you set them up. Say, yeah, I want to get I want to get that 40,000 out of his house. I want to get that 100,000 out of his house, man. He's got cash sitting there. I want it. You set him up, while he's away or something, and he trusted you, and you set him up, and you're willing to, do of your own family member just for money. That's where, that love for money that way is the root of all evil, because you're willing to do anything and everything to acquire it, as well as, you got individuals like Boozy or other counterparts, that are willing to sell their soul for the money. They're happy with deleting people. They're happy with doing them blood sacrifices. They're happy with all that just to acquire that money. They'll do anything for that bag. You got the likes of Sexy Red that said that she'll do anything for money. Wasn't she holding up a sign? Right? For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted, okay, desired, coveted after, which means that, for example, if someone's got money and say, I want their money, you basically want to be copy wickedness of another individual. Okay. While some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, right? And pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Like a lot of these so-called stars have pierced themselves with many sorrows. A lot of them make songs afterwards saying that, they wish they never, uh, you know, got to the level they are, because more money, more problems, as Biggie said. right? They want to go back to the days when they were struggling. They want to go because it was a simple life at that time. They knew where they stood. They could look at themselves in the mirror. They felt like men or they felt like women. They didn't have to do things that were adverse to their spirit. But then eventually those demons got in them and then they did it. And now they're used to it and they're happy being homos or they're happy being eating feces or drinking urine and doing everything that's adverse to this world, because, like the scriptures say, they've made evil good and good evil, you know, and they've pierced themselves with many sorrows. And, they're always blinded up all the time, smoking weed, taking all sorts of illicit drugs. For why? To numb their pain because they can't deal with the reality, you know. They can't look at themselves in the mirror. They get tatted up and all the time, the likes of Chris Brown. Why? Because they assume tattoos are masculinity, so they get tatted up saying, yeah, I'm a man, you know. Then on the flip side, Esau tells them to get tatted up as well because they know it goes against the Levitical law of getting tattoos. So other Jakes can get tattoos. There's another side to that as well. So, a lot of you Jakes is sold out, man. Uh, Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the world and lose his own soul? Doesn't Boozy look soulless? He's lost his own soul. You've gained the world on this side, okay? But by doing what you did and going against the power of heaven and earth, how about Shemashah? What do you think? What do you think your outcome's going to be? You had so many ailments. You were about to lose one of your legs, or was it arm, or one of your limbs, but the Lord saved you from that. Why? He even says, Boozy says that he's beaten death 12 times or 13 times. He said something like that. He basically said that he's beaten death numerous times. Why do you think you've beaten death numerous times? Because the Lord's got something poetic designed for you. All right? And that time's going to come. And when it does, when death comes knocking at your door, you're going to know. You're going to have a flashback like in the movies. Everything goes through your mind. Oh, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. And then death just gets you, man. Okay? And by acquiring what you've acquired in this world and doing what you've done, all right, you've lost your own soul, man. That's why you look soulless, because wisdom maketh a man's face to shine. A man's face to shine. Some of our apostles and elders are twice the age of Boozy. They don't have dark circles. Their faces glow. Their faces shine. Their faces are blemishless. Their skin is clean. You look at Boozy, you know, he looks like he's got like a thousand demons in him. With them black dark circles and that, all crispy and dried up. Like you got to say, man, here, man, take this lotion, please moisturize yourself. Your skin looks dehydrated as fuck. You know, the man lost his own soul, man. Um, it's Luke 6:24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. You received your consolation prize, man. Okay, because on this side you're of somebody. You get what you want. You things work out for you, even though you got to do some effed up rituals. Okay, you got your consolation prize, but in the kingdom to come, you're gonna have your head down. You're gonna be bowing down. You're gonna be ashamed of what you did because you're gonna be in your right mind. Yeah, you're gonna be in rulership. You're gonna have Edomites underneath you, but you are not gonna be a somebody in the kingdom. Okay, the way you're famous on this side, you're not gonna be famous on the other side. And for a period of time, you're gonna have your head bowed down in shame. The likes of P Diddy, Dr. Dre, Fat Joe, George Lopez, Jennifer Lopez, Salma Hayek. I'm thinking about all the Israelites that I know of, man. But it's so many. Robert De Niro, because even Robert De Niro, man, he wore a dress. And Robert De Niro's a Jake. You know, Al Pacino, all these Jakes, they'll have their look back, and also they'll be ashamed, man, what they did, because they got their consolation prizes on this side. Yeah, Denzel Washington, excellent actors, or the excellent artists that I mentioned, except Jennifer Lopez. I think she's whack, period. Um, and but you got your consolation on this prize, and none of you are happy. You just do what you do because you're used to it. You do what you do because you're used to it. and you got your consolation prize. But woe unto you. Woe means destruction unto you that are rich, you know? All right. Let me see if I can get any other consolation prize scriptures. One second. No, I will do. There's another. It is easier. Camel pass through a needle. Matthew 19:24. And again, I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the needle of no, Salakia. And again, I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. You know. So I mean, you know how big a camel is, right? It's a huge ass animal. With the humps and all that. And the Lord said, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. Okay? I mean, Yahweh Shai was rich, man, but he gave up everything for his ministry that he had to do, you know? And as mentioned before, having money is not a bad thing. Because the Lord has blessed you with success and things of nature, but you've gone through your trials and tribulations, but you've persevered. Okay? There's individuals out there that will make it. But for the most part, those of you that are proud, that are rich, that have sold your soul, that have done really adverse things to righteousness, you will not enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Hashai, man, on the first trip. If you're an Israelite, you'll get there, but you have to come through the elect men, through the loins of them. But your demise is coming, man. But uh, overall, as a rich man, as the Lord says, as a rich man, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. You know, you know. So you think people like, where's this picture gone? Let me see if I can find his boozy badass home images. I'm not gonna lie, his home is beautiful, man. It's got the pools and all that. It's got the gates. This is when it was in construction. It's still being constructed. I want to see some pictures of his house, man. Look at this. Images like this. When the financial system crashes, what are you gonna do then? You're gonna have that's his right hand as well, by the way. You can have his the charagma put there, and you can hold the charagma to your ear and pick your nose at the same time. You can do that. All these dumb jakes, this replica, just replicate what this fool is doing. Then you got this guy. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's why you got these gremlin jakes, man. He's retired Generation Z as well. And Boozy's not Generation Z. Boozy's like in his 40s, you know? But he just is retired. Let me see if I can get pictures of his home, man. Yeah, Jay-Z and Beyonce's mansion. Is that Migos? Migos, yeah, their mansion. Will Smith. Will Smith's a big fruitcake anyway. Neo. This is what you get, man. Consolation prizes for selling your soul, man. Tony Lane's Versace mansion. This clown giving Versace credit and putting their logos on his house, man. Why would you do that? You're gonna do it. Put your own face on the damn place. If you're gonna do it, you sold your damn soul. The NLE chopper. Look at these guys, man. They got their consolation prize, man. But the focus of what I'm talking about, or the lesson would be Mr. Badass, Boozy Badass. Man got his own nightclub in his house, man. Boozy Estates. Oh shit, who's this guy? Oh yeah, Da Baby. Yeah, P Diddy got to him as well, man. Who's this guy? I don't know who the hell that is. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. And yeah, man. These individuals, or this guy, definitely is the elect of the 2/3. Okay? Alright? Unless a miracle happens and he somehow comes out spitting the truth, maybe the Lord will have mercy, but for the most part, he's definitely he's part of the elect, and which is the 2/3. You know? Two parts shall be cut off and die. He's part of that. And 2/3 is 66.6%, man. You know? And you gotta watch this guy, man. The shades, the dark circles, throwing out them hand signs and shit. He's definitely part of that, man. The guy's a caricature. Flipping reanimated dead body or some shit. That's what he looks like. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Shalom.